And welcome to Hero Power. I'm your host, Avanties, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Zerotio.
What is up, gang? How are you all this week?
Oh man, it's been a long week, but I tell you what, I really had some fun in Hearthstone this week.
Yeah,
And we'll talk about it in a little while. But the Tavern Brawl dropped, and oh my gosh, did our buddy Joe Mag knock it out of the park?
I tell you, Blizzard has found the right person to make Hearthstone exciting during the lull times. And when I say lull times, I mean those times that's like you're not getting any major updates, buffs, nerfs, that kind of stuff. You're not no new expansions, no solo content yet, which that's coming. And a lot of times people literally tune out. They take off, and they think. And I think Blizzard was like, "What can we do during those times? Because we have to have development time. We have to have time where we're working on things. So there's going to be lulls." Well, they found the perfect sweet spot in getting Joe Mag to just make really awesome tavern brawls. Because so far during these lull periods, he's come out with some banger tavern brawls, and I have totally enjoyed them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, all right, we got a little bit of news to talk about this week, and then we have a great deck that Zerotio has lined up for you guys in Quest Hunter. So we'll check that out in the second half of the show. So make sure you stick around on Twitch or check that out on YouTube or on our website. But first, let's get to the news. And our first bit of news actually concerns one of our sister Hearthstone podcasts. Our good friends over at Coin Concede have their listener tournament, the listener series. Week 1 started this week, and our very own Zerotio is participating. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is my first time hanging up the hat in the Coin Concede listener series. They decided to do a conquest with a shield format, best of 3, bringing 4 decks. And I decided to join. Now, Matt at Arms, one of the other hosts of our show, has always been part of the listener league and listener series. Not a league, that's right. The Coin Concede listener series. And he's really enjoyed himself and talked up the series. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about it because you definitely need to go over to the Coin Concede podcast. They do their tournament breakdown every week, and they also discuss their listener series. But I will say that myself and Matt at Arms, representing Hero Power, have both taken week 1 wins. I'm not sure what his series record was, but he won his week 1, and I won mine 2-1.
That's awesome. So congratulations to both of you guys, and I hope to hear more in the coming weeks about how well you guys are continuing to play. So,
and you will, because this is the first time that I've ever delved into the Conquest with a shield format. I've never done it before, so I'm learning a lot. Matt at Arms is helping me out with lineups and stuff, and so far I've done pretty good. Let's just see if I can keep it up.
Awesome. Speaking of Conquest with a shield format, Grandmasters Season 2 has continued to roll on, and Blizzard is bringing back Twitch drops for Season 2. So you can get a random Saviors of Uldum pack rewards during designated times. Zerotio, you've gotten a few packs so far, haven't you?
Yeah, we'll have a link to those designated times in the show notes. They're just throughout the rest of the season. I think there's 4 weeks left after this week, and I've just got my 3rd drop this weekend. So I've gotten 3 packs just by keeping it open and watching it on my computer. Now, if you don't have time to watch it, you can just keep the browser open, and it will get your drops. Also, the playoffs. During the playoffs, which is in, I think, 5 weeks, you will also be able to get Saviors of Uldum drops for watching for 3 hours for a total of 2 drops.
Awesome.
On top of all that other stuff. So Yeah, it's definitely worth doing. I'm getting a couple packs here and there to help finish off my collection where I don't have to spend money. Which is anytime they do anything where you don't have to spend money, even if it's albeit something small like this, it's still good.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, all right. Well,
I
that
want
brings
to talk
us.
a little bit about Grandmasters though.
Okay, go ahead.
If you aren't watching it, you probably should. And I'm not going to go into a full breakdown. Coin Concede is definitely the podcast to listen to that kind of stuff. But I wanted to highlight a couple players. The only undefeated player after 6 games is Hunter Ace, our world champion. This kind of furthers the ideology that this game isn't just random. It takes a level of skill. And when the world champion can come into Grandmasters the next season, or the next couple seasons, he didn't do great in season 1, but a lot of that was specialist. But now he's in a conquest format in season 2, and he is 6-0, knocking it out of the park. Our friend of the show and former guest, Bloody Face, is 3-2 right now. He's right on the bubble, but he is still in contention for playoffs. There's 4 weeks left, 8 more games after today. But a couple things I want to highlight is there's been some drama in the Grandmasters. Now Gadon, who is top of his Division A with at 4-1 right now, he plays again today. He kind of made some comments about levels of play, and when he does lose, he doesn't take ownership of his losses, which sometimes players decide to take that thought. I had a randomness, or this card was in the bottom so much of my deck. Well, somebody took offense to that, and that is Gallon, who's currently 3-2, and he called him out right on the broadcast, saying that he doesn't like his attitude when he loses. He takes full credit of his wins, but doesn't take ownership of his losses, and he hopes he doesn't have any excuses when Gallon beats him. So the gloves came off, and there's been a few other players that have come out and said things like, I believe it was RDU that kind of said that preparation for Conquest is overrated. And Frodan has called him out. He's called out a large majority of the European players for sloppy play, especially around the card Zephyrus, where they want a specific card out of the Zephyrus, but they don't get the card they want because they don't manipulate it well enough, which only comes from practice with the card.
Right.
And so Frodan has taken to the broadcast of calling out these European players specifically for sloppy play in Season 2, and is, as a viewer and caster, he doesn't appreciate it. And these are the type of drama situations that I like in competitive esports. Players, either taking a lackadaisical stance. I know that another player, again, there was a lot of drama this week. Amnesiac came out saying that a lot of players are just happy with not being relegated. Well, that's not what he wants, and he's not doing well this season. Right now, he's currently 2-4, and he's not facing relegation, but he's on that bubble, and he's not happy with it. And he's also unhappy with other players that are just happy with not being relegated, and he wants to take it all and go to BlizzCon. And that's the kind of attitude I want to see out of players, even when they're not doing well, holding themselves accountable. So this season is really, it's building up. Conquest is very successful. Specialist obviously didn't work for Grandmasters. And these players are really starting to build up that drama going into BlizzCon, and some of these players are taking it seriously, and some of them are not. And they're being called out for it, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate the casters willing to do that.
Yeah, it's definitely something. I've not really been paying a lot of attention to Season 2 of Grandmasters, and it sounds like I'm missing out on a lot of both good gameplay and interesting interactions. And so that's something I need to do a better job of paying attention to.
I used to just keep it on the side and keep it quiet, or mute it, or turn the volume down while I did other things and I played other games. And one time I was just watching it and listening to it, and Frodan went off on one of the players, and I was like, wow, I really need to pay attention to this. So I've been keeping it up and listening to it, and there's times that I can't watch it. I'll keep it in my earbuds on my computer, and I'll
Mhm.
walk around the house doing things, and I'll just listen to the broadcast, because Frodan and Sottle and That's Admirable and all the casters are doing a great job of not only calling these plays but holding them accountable. And they've even talked about how before broadcast, what they do is they see all the lineups. They will actually play them amongst each other to kind of get some ideas of some of these matchups they're not familiar with. And I appreciate that too, because the casters are putting in the work to making sure they're educated in calling these plays. And normally in esports and any sports casting, you have your color commentator and a play-by-play.
Mhm.
And I really think that these casters work together to have color commentary, but both casters are play-by-play specialists, and I appreciate that in Hearthstone.
Yeah. All right. So, next up in the news, we talked about it a little bit last week, but the Tombs of Terror will be dropping on September the 17th. And
Yep.
I for one am just stupid excited about it. I cannot wait. Pre-purchase, is it available now or?
It is available now. It's $19.99 US dollars. You'll get all 5 adventure chapters. You'll get a special card back and a random Saviors of Oldham legendary. On top of that, you will also get 16 total packs and chapter rewards. Now, this isn't 16 packs for the $19.99. It's 16 packs for unlocking them all. So if you do spend the 700 gold per wing, you'll still get these 16 packs over that period of time. And they also said and more, and I'm guessing the and more is in reference to the various quests that you'll get for additional packs and things like that. So it's a good buy in my opinion. Just they've been adding random legendary for the current set to various bundles, and to me that right there is worth it, because the random legendary, you might get 20, 25 packs before you get a legendary.
Yeah.
So being able to get, and again, a random legendary is always a random legendary from the set that you don't own.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get a duplicate that way.
And that's just awesome, because they've given us the options for the pre-release bundle. You got a random legendary. The recent $20 bundle that they just did gave you a random legendary, and now this is giving you a random legendary. Yep. So again, yeah, if you're willing, they're helping us to complete our collections. This may not be the free option that you were talking about, but they're giving you a free legendary or a random legendary that you don't own every time you participate in these bundles.
Yeah, and furthermore, normally these adventures are $19.99. So this is something above and beyond that isn't really factored into the price.
Right.
You're getting the same content you normally would with the adventures, the solo content, for the $19.99. And I personally think it's worth the purchase, to be able to unlock them all and all the rewards. And I'm a card back hound. I love collecting those card backs. So I think this is a good purchase. Of course, if you don't have the $19.99, every wing will be 700 gold as per the usual. So save up your gold now if you want to go that route. But you won't get these extra bonuses.
Right. I will definitely be buying this this pre-purchase bundle this coming week on payday.
Yep, same here. Once Friday hits, it's getting dropped.
Yep. So, all right. This week's Tavern Brawl, we talked about this a little bit at the top of the show. League of Explorers revived. The League has scattered across the globe. Join Elise in a dungeon crawl to find and reunite the League. This has been so much fun because there's been some really interesting mechanics. In the second fight, you are looking for Sir Finley, who's buried in the desert, and every turn, the AI deals 1 damage to everything on the board and summons a 0/3 that makes the character immune to all damage. So it's really, really made you think about how you're going to play your turns and how you're going to remove this immune ability before you do your damage. I've just had so much fun. I've actually played through this brawl twice already, and I'm on my third playthrough now.
Yeah, what I liked about that fight specifically, Sir Finley, is you're fighting Sir Finley, but you're fighting the dirt that he's covered in. It's telling a great story. So there's 40 hit points, and once those 40 health points are gone, obviously you have to work around the immune and all that kind of stuff. Then Sir Finley is freed. And this kind of opens up other maybe multi-phase combats that once you get the first phase and then they change to another phase. Obviously, in this one, you were trying to free him, but maybe in another one, you're actually, trying to get to a boss, and then the boss comes out. And I like how they're doing some of this technology with the tavern brawls that we might see in solo content coming up.
Yeah, but even that, after you've saved Sir Finley, it adds him to your deck.
Yep.
And then in the third fight, you save Bran, and it adds him to your deck. So you get to play. You get to play with the League of Explorers and their abilities, and so it kind of behooves you to build a singleton deck as you're playing through.
So what I really liked about this was that, we fought somebody that told the story in the first one, and that was an easy fight. Then we freed Sir Finley. Then we helped Bran with the whole Devil Sore issues to free him. And then you're thinking, oh, we got to free Reno from something he gets into. No, you don't have to free Reno. Reno has just gone power hungry with these guns he's
Reno's
tried to
created
test.
his own problem, as usual.
And you're basically having to smack him around until he, you get him to calm down. He's firing this laser cannon all over the place, hitting himself, hitting you, hitting minions. It doesn't care. So you have to kind of slap him in his place. And that was a really good story. Now, I've only played through once, and I got to the 5th boss, and I lost. So I haven't even completed it. Oh, and Lich Savage, thank you so much for the follow. But yeah, I haven't beaten it yet, so I need to get back into there and beat it. But I don't necessarily feel like I have to. I got the story I wanted out of it. There is an additional reward tied to beating the entire thing, which I do appreciate that. They gave us rewards. They gave us quests for playing it and beating a couple bosses. But you don't have to beat the 5th boss, which I appreciate.
Yeah, and I've just been playing through it a second and third time because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, there's no additional rewards. It's just fun.
Yep.
So, all right, go check out this week's Tavern Brawl. If you haven't already, you still have a couple of days to get those 2 packs. You'll get 1 pack of Classic, 1 pack of Saviors of Uldum just for completing it. So, or not even completing it, just for playing it.
And then on Wednesday, you'll get the new Zephyrus one, and you will get your standard pack, and then quest to get 2 more packs. I believe it is, or is it 1? I can't remember.
No, it's 2, I think.
Was it 2 this week, or was it 1 this week?
It was 2 this week, so it may be 3 next week.
No, it's 1 next week.
Oh, okay.
It's 2 Saviors and 1 Standard, and then next week is 1 Saviors and 1 Standard. So,
okay.
Yeah. So next week you'll get another pack, and then we're just 1 week away from the solo content dropping on the 17th. So the flow of this is really good. I really hope Joe Mag gets a couple weeks off once the solo content drops, because he has earned it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that brings us to this week's deck analysis. We're going to take a look at the Quest Hunter deck that you may have seen on the ladder. I'm going to run down the deck list, and then I will turn it over to Zerotio to kind of talk about it, because he has actually been playing this deck quite a bit. So, the deck is 2 Spring Paws. Of course, you have the quest, Unseal the Vault. Then you've got 2 Belligerent Gnomes, 2 Direwolf Alpha, 2 Knife Juggler, 2 Questing Explorer, 2 Snake Traps, 1 Sun Fury Protector, 2 Animal Companion, 1 Desert Spear, 1 Snip Snap, 2 Unleash the Hounds, 1 Ursatron, 2 Bone Wraiths, 1 Cult Master, 1 Halatzi the Lynx, 1 Leroy Jenkins, 1 Ziliax, 2 Swarm of Locust, and of course, the Boom Master Flark himself.
Yeah, when I saw this list, I saw Boom Master Flark. I was like, oh my goodness, why would you want to play this in here? But literally, it's 7 mana for 5 completions on your quest. And if you can also that same turn buff them up +2 attack, that's actually really big. Obviously, you kind of want to save the Unleash the Hounds, not for clearing. You want to clear with the Swarm of Locusts. The Unleash the Hounds are really good to save for your finishing blow. When you can, for 5 mana, play a minion for every minion they have on the board, and it does 3 damage to the opponent, that's just a kill shot. It's really good. You want your opponent to overdevelop. If they're playing around you well, they don't overdevelop. Also, you can couple Leroy Jenkins with the Unleash the Hounds on turn 10, to get 2 extra minions on the board to then use your hero power to buff them up to go face. So there's a lot of really good burst potential for this deck.
Okay, cool. I actually don't have Unseal the Vault, so here's to hoping maybe I get it when I buy the solo content as my free legendary.
I just opened the legendary. so as I'm getting into Hearthstone to play our game, I was like, oh, I got my pack for watching Grandmasters today, and I got Bizarre Burglary. I got the Rogue Quest.
Nice.
So that's what I was missing. So yeah, awesome. Got legendary this morning. So definitely go and watch the Grandmasters. You can get a legendary too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So let's go play this deck. If you're joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via the audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOgamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do so by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And I also want to throw this in. If you guys are looking for a place to go and talk Hearthstone with other like-minded fans, check out Hearthstone the Community on Facebook. They work really hard to bring quality content to the Hearthstone community on Facebook, and I would definitely recommend going and checking it out. Just search for Hearthstone the Community and you should find it, and come hang out and chat Hearthstone with us.
I'm going to parrot that a little bit. I actually was part of the group a long time ago before a little bit of structure and management change and mods changed, and I did not enjoy it, I'll be honest, and I left. I was coaxed to come back, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. The community, not just the mods and the admins, the community gives very productive discussions, and a lot of people get involved in that community. It's definitely worth doing, and I'm glad I came back.
There you go. All right, gang. We'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alrighty. Let me fire up Hearthstone here.
Alright. I got a pretty good run last night. I'm sitting up at rank 4.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna have to delete all my decks here tomorrow. So
yeah,
because tomorrow THL starts, and you have to have just your decks in your collection.
Gotcha.
I'm excited for that.
All right, I'm in. Are you ready to search for an opponent?
Spinning the button. Make sure I have my. I'm playing competitively, and I turn off my spectate sometimes, so I'll make sure I have it on. I do.
I only have 4 of my almost 200 friends playing Hearthstone at the moment.
Jeez, not me, man.
Even Language Hacker is in WoW Classic now.
Alpha's in Legend. Good friend Insom, he's in Legend. Got a pretty prestigious group of friends.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I like to save my Unleash the Hounds till late game.
Okay, we're playing against a mage. So what are we looking for? What are we looking for in our mulligan?
We want to see a lot of our early game. Basically, any minions that summon other minions. We want our spring paws. Anything that just gets us to completing that quest. Any draw will help.
Okay, so I want to point this out. I've never seen Unleash the Hounds side by side with Golden Unleash the Hounds. Why is it snowing in one and not in and it looks like there's no snow in the artwork?
It's Golden, man. I don't know. I don't make Golden that often.
Yeah.
Juggler's decent.
Juggler's really good with Halotzi when she fills your hand full of lynxes.
Yeah, I really like
it. Just turns Juggler into a machine gun.
Yep. And Colt Master's really good with Halotzi too.
Yeah.
Because you develop a bunch, and I usually don't play Halotzi on 5 because I don't want to burn a card.
Right.
I'll play it on 6 so I can play one immediately with it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a slow hand. I'd like to see the belligerent gnomes, anything to kind of sustain. I'd even take a snake trap.
So our opponent, I have a feeling, is going to shoot your face.
He probably is. Now, the question is here, do we develop the knife juggler?
I think you just hero power pass.
Normally, I would agree with you. But there's not going to be a lot of knife juggler targets against mage.
Okay, and you can just use the juggler to draw out damage?
Well, it's a spot on the quest, and it draws out damage. And if he does develop next turn, we can unleash, but honestly, I think we just need to get something on the board. If he's true to his name, he's going to shoot us in the face. But if he plays right, he's probably going to ping the juggler, which is the main reason I wanted to play it. This also makes his choice a little difficult. What does he want to do? Does he want to coin our arcane intellect? Does he want to ping our face? What does he want to do in this case? Wow, an 8 of Frostbolt. That is great.
Okay.
That's amazing value, actually.
Yeah.
Because honestly, he's not going to have a lot of small minions on the board to ping off. So you lose your value with Knife Juggler in this matchup. So trading him for a Frostbolt, I'll do that all day, every day.
There's a Bone Wraith.
This is great for turn 2. Or turn 4.
Right.
For the next turn. So I'd rather play that than the Cult Master. Bone Wraith's good because it's 2 towards your quest. See, that's the Arcane Intellect he wanted to play last turn.
Yeah. And there's our
other juggler. See? Good. Play that Bone Wraith and pass.
Yeah. He's off to a pretty slow start, too.
He is.
There's Stargazer Luna.
What else he puts in there? Okay. Okay. This might be a Knife Juggler Unleash turn.
That's what I was just thinking. Because even right now, with just the Unleash, you can clear both of the mirror images and use the Bone Wraith to kill the girl.
Yeah.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
One more. Where are we going to be at? We're going to be at a full board.
We burned the snap.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Okay.
This is good.
This is real good, actually.
Knife Juggler, Unleash the Hounds. We're going to get 5 Unleash the Hounds.
Yeah. I think we just do that. Let the daggers fly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not hating it. So we trade one of these into a 0-1. I think we go ahead and trade that into an 0-2.
Yeah.
Then we're not going to be able to clear
out the other 0-2s.
Yeah. Kind of makes things a little awkward for both of us, but
Right.
he's in a weird spot too because his hand's so full. He's got to watch drawing more cards. And see, he had problems because he had the coin for so long too with his hand size.
Yeah.
That's not great, but I'm glad he's doing it now than later. Sea Giant. Oh. This is rough. And this is what I was talking about before show, that this deck, people are starting to play things that counter it. I haven't seen this deck, though.
Yeah.
What does he do, though? He's got a taunt, 2 taunts, basically, in the way. This is a hero power pass turn.
This is exactly what this is.
I don't think he's threatening any kind of lethal.
Elemental evocation.
Closer we to our quest.
There's a mountain giant.
Long way. Yeah, he's going all in. We need to focus on clearing his board. With our direwolf, that'll be a little more manageable. So now he has to clear the juggler. But he doesn't have a great target to clear the juggler with.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not good for us.
No. Not good for us at all.
So I think we got to roll a Huffer. Or a Leok. We need to manage as much of this board as we can. So really we need a Leok. Because if we Leok and Direwolf, those are doing 3 each. But that only clears the 1 minion.
Right.
If we roll a Huffer, we can clear a little bit more than that. Yeah, let's roll Animal Companion.
Leok.
Yeah, it's not great, but we just need to clear the 7-8 out of the way. That's all we can do. I don't know if we're dead.
He's got 23 on the board.
Yeah. Fireball
So-
Ping would get us. I don't think this deck runs a Fireball, but it could.
Or he could discover a fireball.
No, it's 4 costs. It won't discover.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's 3 or less.
But he does have the second Conjure, half
So
the Conjure.
he's going to clear.
Oh, yeah. Trying to think, what do we need? Oh, second taunt. I don't think we can win at this point. Swarm of Locusts help us? I don't think so. He got a banger start, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got a ridiculous start. I think we gnome. We're gonna gnome first. Alazi.
Play a spring
And
pub
play one.
or links.
There's really. I think we might. I'm not even gonna run in.
Burned his Khadgar, but he doesn't need it.
No, I don't think we're dead. Really close. Oh no, we are dead.
We are dead.
Yeah, we are dead. Okay, math. All right, so that's everybody's saying mage isn't good anymore. I've actually been beat by mage quite a bit lately, and they literally have not changed the list.
Yeah.
I don't think they're running Luna's Pocket Galaxy, but they're running the old dragon list. And actually, some of them are running, instead of the dragons, they're running both the sea and the mountain giants, which is uncommon. But as you see, it works.
Yeah.
Okay, Rogue. Probably Quest. If it's Quest Rogue, we might have a little trouble because it'll deny us some chip damage. I don't hate this hand.
Okay.
Direwolf Alpha again is another one of those that it's kind of like Knife Juggler. If you can just throw it down early to draw something and develop, it's fine. Oh yeah, the Snip Snap's going to be nice.
Especially if the Ursatron sticks around a turn.
Ursatron into Snip Snap. And Ursatron will draw us a Ziliax. So I don't hate Direwolf here because what it's going to do is it's going to draw the cat and the dagger charge. And give him 2 damage to his face. Early chip damage is important.
Okay.
And honestly, having the buffs to clear minions, we have another Direwolf Alpha, so that's not a huge deal. Plus, we got to draw into those. I mean, obviously, we got the Swarm of Locusts. That'll be good. He's eventually going to go wide. That's just what Rogue does. Coin? What's he coining out? He's going to deadly poison it.
Okay.
I will accept that. I will accept that all day.
But now do we want an Ursatron? I mean, I don't guess we have a choice, do we?
We can just Snip Snap, and it'll keep us 2 minions on the board, which one of them will get cleared by the cat. But if we Ursatron now, we will draw Ziliax. Which means if he leaves a 1/1 minion on the board from Snip Snap, Ziliax can grab onto it.
Okay.
So I think we do Ursatron. Plus, I want to get that other charge gone. I want him to use the other charge of the deadly poison. I'm really surprised he used it for that. I would not have valued the Pharaoh Cat that highly. Okay. So he's running Blink Fox, but no. So if we Snip, he's going to clear. He could clear it with the 3/3.
He can clear everything.
He can clear everything. So I think we Animal Companion here.
Yeah.
Don't hate it. And we might be in a position next turn where we need to just Halazi.
And burn a card.
Yeah. We'll see what he plays. The main reason is I really want to Locust on 6. But we'll see. We'll see how far he goes. I think he's gonna run the Blink Fox in and dagger this down.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes too heavy, we can just Ziliax this turn. Like to get more healing value out of the Ziliax. It really just depends on what he decides to do. He clearly has a lot of options because he's taken his time on this play. So he must really be thinking it through. Shadow Step. SI, okay. Trade a 3/1 for a 3/3. It's a solid play. I don't hate that.
Well, we got the Direwolf.
I really like Ziliax into the SI.
Okay.
Mainly because he had a hard time deciding that play, which tells me he doesn't have a ton of ping options. And for some reason, he's highly valuing that Pharaoh Cat. I don't know why. But we got the full value out of the heal that turn. So I'm really curious on what his play is this turn. I think he's waiting for enough mana to start dumping his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he can obviously put the the fox back down. If he plays the fox this turn, that tells me he has a fairly weak hand or heavy costed hand. But the curve on this deck isn't that high, so heavy costed wouldn't tell me. He must have a lot of utility cards. We can Locust this next turn, or we can Halazi in one charge, or one rush, and try to save the Locust for when we can put it out with the Direwolf Alpha. These are all options.
Right.
Wow, he burnt an Eviscerate. For a 4/4? I'm confused. What does he have at the left side of his hand? He didn't keep it. He drew into it. And he has 2 gifted cards. I think we just Halazi with a rush, and we chip at Edwin, so
Okay.
he can't evenly trade it into the Halazi.
And then next turn we can Direwolf, and then use Lynxes to clear his board.
Yes. Or depending what he does to our board, we could just Locust. I mean,
Got to kill that Pharaoh Cat just out of spite.
yeah, I don't know if he's wanting to bounce it back to his hand or what kind of value he's putting on the 1/2. Obviously, as a 1/2, it's not that great. I'm really confused why he's protecting it so hard. He's not used it for any kind of value, and he's obviously wants to trade. He wants value. And see, this is the part of the game I like. I like investing in there. Now, one of those 2 left cards he played, which was the Henchclan Burglar. And now he trades it. Now he values the Edwin more. Okay. So we can clear this board in a couple ways, I believe. So we can play 5 links along the with the Direwolf. We could just clear it with Swarm of Locusts.
I don't hate Direwolf, Swarm of Locusts next turn. Or, I mean, Direwolf Lynxes this turn and then Swarm of Locusts next turn.
If the Direwolf could stay alive, but
or maybe we top deck a Knife Juggler with that Swarm of Locusts.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. But the Knife Juggler would be just about the same value with the Lynxes.
Right.
I think we Direwolf on Lynxes this turn, though.
Okay.
Because this gives us more on the board for him to deal with. Instead of leaving 1/1/1, we now have a 2/1 and a 2/2.
Yeah.
Sorry I snapped that play off, but we spent a lot of time discussing it. I just wanted
Right.
to get it done before the rope went. This also puts us, we can Bone Wraith into Snake Trap, which is solid, because he has to run into the Bone Wraith, usually, unless he saps it, which I don't know if he'd sap a Bone Wraith. I had somebody kill one of my Bone Wraiths and sap the second half, and then they seemed confused when I brought it back out and it had Reborn again.
Right.
Do you not know how this works? It doesn't take it off the card, it just makes it inactive.
6/6 Blink Foxes, okay.
Probably the only beast he has in the deck. Well, that and the Pharaoh Cats.
Top deck Knife Juggler, I called it.
You did. The question is, I mean, this will clear it.
And do some damage to his face.
I mean, what this is going to do is it's going to give us 7 ticks on our quest, putting us at 19.
Yeah, and it'll do some damage to his face because the knives don't have to go straight to the Blink Fox.
Here's my thing with it though. If we Bone Wraith and Snake Trap this turn, and he pops Snake Trap or anything, we can Swarm a Locust and use our hero power next turn to make it 3 months.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, that'll work.
Because now we're at 13, so the 7 Locusts would give us. Plus, we're going to get some out of all this anyways.
Yeah.
And if we don't have to do it next turn, we could even couple it with the Knife Juggler if we actually absolutely needed to or wanted to.
Uh-huh.
I like to save the Knife Juggler for Unleash because he's got to load up the board. There we go. There is some thought of putting Knife Juggler out next to it so these daggers would be hitting, but that's betting that it stays on the board.
Right.
So hero power, he's going to dagger swing that down. And kill a 1/1? Explosive shot on a 1/1. He's clearing the board.
Yeah. Which is great for us, because now we can fill it up again. Okay.
Do we got a turn, is the question. Do we want to pull the trigger on the swarm this turn?
Well, I mean, if you pull the trigger on the Swarm, you complete your quest, and then you can hero power if you don't play the Knife Juggler.
Yeah. Or we can just double snip snap side. We could triple snip snap.
Yeah.
And that'll complete our quest.
That it will, yeah.
I think we could take 6, but I think he's going to trade.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we go side by side and stack one of them. This plays around some sap shenanigans. He'd sap the 4/6, giving us one back, but we still have one in play. Now we don't complete the quest off the magnetic one, but we'll complete the quest if he kills any of these. And the first minion we play next turn. We're not really worried about getting value out of completing the quest this turn. He is going heavy trade. I think he might be just confused. He's not faced this deck before.
Well, there's your wide board.
And he's going face.
All we need to do now is top deck Unleash the Hounds.
Yeah. Would Unleash the Hounds, I think, would be lethal?
So if you guys aren't familiar, all your minions get +2 attack with Ramekin Roar. 4. So let's see. Let's do the math. Because I think Swarm of Locusts. Well, no, Swarm of Locusts is just rush.
It can't go face. So.
No, but it can clear the board.
Yeah, it can.
In fact, you can Knife Juggler, Swarm.
I think we Knife Juggler Swarm.
And then hero power.
Let's see where the. Let's send one of these in.
Yeah, yeah.
Then here. These animations take a while, so you got to be real careful. I'm just wondering if we hero power now. See, right now all these 1/1s take these out.
Right.
So I think we just trade these 1/1s in.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, then we trade in the 4/6, then we hero power.
Okay.
And what this does is this gives us more daggers to face and a nice solid board for next turn. See, full board.
Yep.
And they're all 3/1s.
3/1. So now he's going to be more hesitant to kill him off with his face.
I mean, if he runs Fan of Knives, it's the card he needs. So he's hoping for explosive trap. He didn't get it,
yeah.
or he would have played it immediately. Now he's hoping for Fan of Knives. Did he get the Fan of Knives?
No.
He got the backstab. I think he's done.
I think he is.
Yeah, he's counting the lethal. It's probably a face and then concede. Yep.
All right, 1-1.
That's how you play this deck in kind of a tempo way. Obviously, we played against a tempo rogue and we out tempoed him.
Right.
It's difficult. This deck takes practice, but it definitely can win. We play one more.
Yeah, we're 1-1. Let's
All
play
right.
the best 2 out of 3.
Mage is a bad matchup. Fortunately, I haven't seen much Mage lately, but evidently they're still out there. I don't think I've beaten a Mage with this deck at all, to be honest. Not this month. Chaz Dingo. Oh my God, that's got to be one of my favorite names ever.
Oh, Chaz Dingo.
You've met Chaz Dingo, but have you met Chaz Dingo?
Yeah, I've met. We have Tars Dingo in chat.
Do we? Maybe he knows Chaz Dingo. Stream snipe. I don't hate keeping this hand. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Quest on 1, Direwolf on 2 if we want to put some pressure. Then we have the Desert Spear on 3.
Belligerent Gnome on 2.
We'll probably Belligerent Gnome on 2, actually. And getting the +1 attack is not all that important.
Right.
Yeah, I think definitely Belligerent Gnome here. This will allow us to develop the Desert Spear, and then we'll have the Direwolf to go next to the rushing.
Yeah.
Minion. So he'll double jump into this. Allow us the Desert. Whoa!
Come on, Chaz Dingo. Don't you know the value of a Pharaoh Cat? You're supposed to keep them around for 8 turns.
I'm just surprised he didn't hit it with his face. So I'm going to hit this with my face. Which tells me he probably has like an SI in his hand or something like that.
Deadly Poison. Coin. SI. Nope. Hinge Clan Thug.
That's fine.
That is fine because we can clear it with the Direwolf Alpha.
Yep.
Or the Spring Paw. We could just use all 3. Or you could Animal Companion Spring Paw. You have options.
That doesn't guarantee a trade.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Neither. Yeah, Direwolf, Spring Paw. That guarantees.
I'm going to go face. Direwolf on the far right. To trade here. Spring Paw. Trade. So I have 2 damage going face.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and just play this Lynx. Because I do have Unleash the Hounds, and I want an Animal Companion Hero Power next turn.
Okay.
And I don't want to have a stranded 1/1 in my hand.
He's gonna use that other charge on his dagger to clear the
Wolf. Yeah. And see, this is something to remember. This is chip damage. This is that little bit of damage we need to get us in that. We want to get them by the time we complete the quest. We want to have them around 15 to 18 health or lower. Because that's our burst potential.
Oh, an SI7 with no...
Yeah, naked SI. I'm really confused by that. So I think Animal Companion?
Attack face and send the 3/1/1s into the SI, or...
I think we attack the SI, send the rushing and the Lynx into it.
Okay.
This preserves the most board.
Okay.
We don't mind a little chip damage for ourselves.
Right, right.
The goal is we want to give him the most board to deal with. We want him to have to deal with the most stuff on board.
Yeah. Next turn, Halazi and Lynx, unless we draw something different.
Yeah, I like the Halazi Lynx. I'd like to draw into a swarm of locusts to ramp up our quest speed.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, I severely underrated both Unseal the Vault and Swarm of Locusts in this set. I was wrong. Oh, another deadly poison. And look at this face damage. He's taking 4. If you play some minions, we might end up having lethal.
Ooh, that's next turn.
So let's go Halazi, which he's going to pump it with his face, and then play one of these.
Yep, and go face.
Would like to find a way to fit into hero power, but this is the best board. He's probably going to have to face tank the 3/2. Yeah, I'm betting right now he wished he saved the SI. Nope, there's a backstab. Okay. Does he feel like he needs to clear one of these 1/1s? Life Drinker. Okay. No, he doesn't. So we're at 10 on the quest.
Ooh.
Hold on. So we're turn off of using it with Unleash.
Yeah, so I would just use Lynxes to clear the Life Drinker and send the 2 on board to face along with hero power.
Yeah, I think you're right. So we'll do 3 Lynxes. Hero power, and then we'll just put 2 more Lynxes down just to further the quest. So if he develops into the board, we can Leroy Unleash to get more damage.
Uh-huh. He's at 10, and we are...
That's 8 damage right there.
5 away from completing the quest. We could just boom Master Flark next turn and complete the quest.
Yeah. But we'd want to... we wouldn't be able to fit into hero power.
Right.
He's going to have to clear with this.
Waggle pick. Okay.
Is he just going to go face? He's going face and hoping we don't have it. Just Leroy's lethal.
Yep.
We didn't have to finish the quest. He's trying to figure out the math. Well, what does he have to have? He should have traded in that to one of them.
He'd have traded one of them.
So Leroy wasn't lethal. Well, Leroy would have been lethal with hero power anyways. So I don't think he had a way around this. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I love this.
Right.
I love it.
2-1.
Yep. Climbing up the ranks.
There you go. If you guys want this deck list, it will be in our show notes in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern at heropowerhs.com. You can just copy out the deck code and put it right into Hearthstone and be playing this deck. If you have all the cards, you can be playing this deck in no time. So,
yeah, if you were opening your Savior packs and went, oh man, I got the Hunter quest. That's horrible. It is not horrible. It's good. That's what I did when I got it, and I was like, oh man, yes, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's just good.
Yeah. So, there you go. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please feel free to email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you haven't done so already, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. For more details about our patron-only Discord, head on over to patreon.com/heropower. And until next week, good gaming.
Bye, guys.